All right, guys, so let's talk about the rubric for the lab report that you have coming up. First things first, don't be scared by the fact that it is an IB rubric. This is a very good rubric that has all the components that we're learning about in class, so we're going to be using it all year this year. And if you're planning on taking IB next year, it's a really good practice for you. So let's go over the legend first. They've got three letters here, C, P, and N. C is for if you completely did the aspect or the components that they're asking you to. P is if you partially did it, so you did some of the steps, but you left some out. And then N is insufficient, meaning that you really didn't show that you understand the aspect very well or how to do it. No one's going to get an N because we've been working on all of these aspects in class, and I fully trust you're going to be able to do it. So let's look at just the design part first. In aspect 1, they're asking you to define a problem and select the variables. This means write a testable question and tell me what the variables are. It's going to be, they say, a focused problem, and so you're going to make sure that your testable question has a little bit of background information. You explain what this question is about, any information that you have on it, things you can find online, and usually I give you the question. Usually I give you the question and you just go ahead, whatever background information that you're going to add is something that we're already talking about in class. However, since this is the first one that we're doing, I'm giving you full creative control to make your own testable question. The only rule is it has to be about physical science. So anything to do with chemistry, anything to do with physics. As long as it's not about something living, you're allowed to ask about it and test on it. Controlling variables. This is making sure that you have a control, making sure that you have something to compare your results to. Remember, the control is the absence of the independent variable, or kind of a regular model, a comparison tool. So if you're going to design a good experiment, you need to make sure that there is a comparison or a control there. And the last aspect is developing a method for collection of data. This means making sure that you have really good steps for whatever testable question you're going to have. You're going to pick a question, say the variables, and then you're going to actually do the experiment. You'll need to tell me in the design portion what it is that you did. How did you solve the testable questions? What steps did you take? When they say make sure that it allows for the collection of sufficient relevant data, they're saying make sure that your process actually attacks and answers the question that you set out to answer. So make sure that your experiment is complete and that it's giving you the data that you say that you're looking for. All right, so those are all the steps or all the aspects for the design. Making the question, controlling the variables, and then writing a really good procedure.